Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by new Patreon supporter Sleech. Huge thanks to Sleech and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Sleech had a bit of an odd request. He loved my Lightning Army of One commander deck, but he was limited on budget. He sent me a list of every single card he owns, and asked for a deck using those cards, plus about $100. So this deck is not budget, but was made from cards the customer already owns, plus about $100. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Lightning Army of One is a 3-mana, 3/2 legendary human soldier with First Strike, Trample, and Lifelink. Whenever she deals combat damage to a player until our next turn, if a source would deal damage to that player or a permanent that player controls, it deals double that damage instead. Okay, so we want Lightning to deal damage to our opponents, and then hit our opponents or their permanents with their other cards. Or maybe a big spell to finish them off. Now, some of you are going to point out that I just had a Lightning Army of One commander deck video, and you would be correct. But when a patron asks for a specific deck, that's what I build. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. If you're planning on building a bunch of decks led by the spaced out commanders from Edge of Eternities, you should probably pick up this limited edition collector case, designed to look like the shuttlecraft Yosemite. Capable of holding 8 boulders, it is the perfect way to store your science fiction themed commander decks. Pick yours up today at your local game store, or order them online from Amazon. Click the link down below to go to Ultimate Guard's Amazon store. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm currently streaming over on Gaming with Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. For lands, we've got Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Capital City, Sundown Pass, Alpine Meadow, Boros Garrison, Battlefield Forge, Citadel Gate, Fury Calm Snarl, Rabanastre Royal City, Temple of Triumph, Windscarred Crag, Scavenger Grounds, Rogue's Passage, Demolition Field, Axeguard Armory, Ishgard the Holy See, Lindblum Industrial Regency, Myriad Landscape, Evolving Wilds, Terramorphic Expanse, 8 Mountains, and 7 Plains. Pretty straightforward, but room for improvement with further investment. Sleech asked that I give him guidance for what direction to take the deck beyond his initial $100 investment, and I told him that better lands would help smooth out gameplay beyond basically anything else. For mana ramp, we've got Ancient Copper Dragon. Yes, Sleech already had one of these, don't come at me in the comments. Shiny Impetus, the Fire Crystal, Danitha Capuchin Paragon, Knight of the White Orchid, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Boros Signet, Chromatic Lantern, Felwar Stone, Mind Stone, Talisman of Conviction, Sword of the Animist, and Sword of Hearth and Home. Mana rocks, treasure generators, and land ramp. And some cost reducers. Our card advantage package consists of Change of Fortune, Gilgamesh Master-at-Arms, Magus of the Wheel, Srom Senior Edificer, Sun Titan, Idol of Oblivion, Mask of Memory, Skull Clamp, Big Score, and Unexpected Windfall. Plenty of ways to keep our hands full and search for game-winning equipment. For interaction and spot removal, we've got Abrade, Demon Bolt, Suplex, Vandal Blast, Swords to Plowshares, Boros Charm, Generous Gift, Deflecting Palm, Chaos Warp, and Untimely Malfunction. Wanted plenty of ways to keep our opponents in line. Our board wipes consist of Blasphemous Act, Austere Command, and Farewell, flexible and powerful. The core of our deck consists of Captivating Crew, Frontier Warmonger, Fumiko the Lowblood, Joshua Phoenix's Dominant, Karlak Fury of Avernus, Valduk Keeper of the Flame, Impact Tremors, Wildfire Awakener, Adeline Resplendent Cathar, Ambrosia Wildheart, Champions from Beyond, Secure the Wastes, Summon Good King Mog the 12th, The Crystal's Chosen, Aurelia the Warleader, and Aggravated Assault. Supporting our plan, we've also got City on Fire, Red Mage's Rapier, Warrior's Sword, Authority of the Consuls, Grand Abolisher, Mondrak Glory Dominus, Buster Sword, Genji Glove, Swiftfoot Boots, and Warleader's Call. Lots of fun shenanigans. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 50 mana sources, but between 36 lands and 14 pieces of ramp. Right on target. 10 pieces of card advantage. 10 pieces of interaction. 3 board wipes. 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Farewell and Scavenger Grounds. 1 sudden I win card in Aurelia the Warleader. Careful viewers will have already seen this combo, but I wanted to explain it regardless. In order for this to work, you need Aurelia and Sword of Hearth and Home attached to a different creature. We swing out, triggering Aurelia. We deal damage to an opponent, triggering Sword of Hearth and Home. We fetch a basic and flicker Aurelia. Oh look, that's a new instance of Aurelia, so when she attacks next combat, she creates an additional combat step. So we now have unlimited attack phases. Now, I wanted to go a different direction with this deck compared to the previous video. First of all, I was limited on card options, but while sorting through Sleech's list of cards, I noticed he had a lot of token generators, as well as Mondrak Glory Dominus. I love the idea of making a massive army of tokens, and then killing someone because they all do double damage. Of course, if we have City on Fire as well, we could deal times 6 damage. So yes, a 2/2 token would deal 12 damage. How lovely. Are you building a Lightning Army of 1 commander deck? What's your secret deck tech? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor CuteStuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alix, Borgie, Nasman, Conga, Robert Pye, Kazaris, Patrick, Tiz, Art, Richard, Sint, Boomy, Osira, Justin, Golden Walker, Captain Hammer, Yori, and Sledge. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.